Welcome to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast, your podcast for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Sean Chavarella, Stephen Clary, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello, and welcome to another year and another episode of Spare Parts Racing. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
And friends...
One for one.
What's one for one?
Intros without fucking up.
Did you not just screw it up by saying
This
one for
year.
one?
No.
Are you sure about
Oh,
that?
because
Yes.
Fine.
We made it through all our names. We're one for one. That's as
fair.
far as I need to go.
I feel like that's a great start to the new year.
Good vibes.
I think a great start to the new
It's
year...
all going up from here.
I was going to say, I think Lions winning was a great start to the new year, but that's just my opinion.
Okay,
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Well, that's nice for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where's your guys' football teams? Huh?
What was the last time the Lions won a football game in the postseason?
Before either of us were
Like-
born?
I
I mean, actually, as of this yesterday.
yesterday.
Yesterday, Steven. Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
Before. that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Before
It was
that.
1991 or something. 92.
Listen, I'm a suffering Lions fan. Okay, so I need a win.
That's
And
okay.
this year, it's that.
Fair enough. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm cheering for the Lions this postseason because everyone else bothers me, I guess. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Go
Join
Lions.
Join the bandwagon.
No. I'm not joining your team. This
Join.
is solely for the postseason.
Join the bandwagon for the postseason, Taylor, or else.
No, I'm supporting your team for the postseason because I'm your friend and I wish you a win in the new year.
Fine, we'll take
However, I'm still deeply invested in the Chargers and their head coach search, so we'll see.
it. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, new year. Did everyone have some good holidays?
Cannot complain.
Good.
Yeah, mine's pretty good. Honestly, the highlight of my holidays was I got new pedals for my sim racing. So,
Ooh, that
And
is
how much have you
exciting.
used them?
twice.
Good enough.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to start using them more because I actually just bought this thingy. And it's the reason... Okay, so the reason I got new pedals is because, one, I hated the original Logitech pedals. So I got the Logitech Pro pedals. I got them for like $200, so I'll take a good deal
Can't
on that.
complain with that.
Yeah. Then I found out having a load cell pedals, your braking force is a lot more. So I would slide back on my chair every time I was trying to brake. Versus my old pedals, which, I didn't. So I bought these, which are little $8 stops on Amazon to go under my damn wheels in my chair. So
There you go.
I will report back next week. Hopefully have I raced a little more.
Good. Okay, sounds good.
But yes, got new pedals.
I'm
and
looking
happy
forward
with
to
that.
your review.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, what would you guys say? Any highlights of the holidays?
Oh my gosh.
It's been like a
I
month.
don't know.
now.
It was just like I know it's been like a month, but it was just like chill, like drank a bunch, watched movies, ate a crap ton, and then it was the new year.
Well done.
Yeah, it was good.
Fair enough, Steven.
That is basically the same thing. Drink, get fatter. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fat fuck. Anyway,
Gosh.
what did we talk about going into this? What is this year all about?
Being unhinged, right?
Unhinged.
But
Let's be unhinged.
is unhinged also body shaming people?
Apparently.
Steven, what do you call me?
Apparently.
This is also, I was gonna say, this is also what is it?
Par for the course?
Par for the course, but also revenge, because up until the wedding, my whole goal was to just try and bully Sean into working out.
Right. I do remember the constant body shaming that you did, which I don't think actually worked. So
No, it actually made me more depressed and didn't help me work out at all. But
Now his New Year's resolution is to actually start working out. Fuck's sakes.
yeah, I'm getting there.
There's no fucking way.
No, it isn't. But we're past that.
Now is when you're supposed to give up. You're married. You did it. You're locked in.
You just give up. That's it. I don't think that's how it works.
Listen. We got the hairline there. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. The hairline made it
He's
to the
allowed.
wedding.
He's allowed to give up.
Don't care about the hair anymore. It was the hairline and the teeth. The broken tooth survived too. Didn't have to get that taken out. So yeah, we're all good.
It's good.
So yeah, now like facial wise, don't give a shit. Body wise, look, I'll give a little more of a shit. Just in case, like, surprise recruitment happens in the next few years or some shit like that.
There you go.
Just looks at the world. Anyway.
Okay. On that positive note.
Racing's back. It's 2024, and guess what? The 2024 racing season has already started.
Did we completely forget?
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely, we completely forgot. Yeah, thank goodness. New year, new racing season. We no longer have to think about 2023.
Can you blame us for forgetting, considering it's kind of Formula E's not really any hype?
Yeah, when you said that we were going to talk about Formula E, I was like, wait, what? Why? Like, they're relevant again? Because we just didn't touch on it at all last year because, and I think we talked about this, but like they just don't really market themselves really at all.
It really has become the most gimmicky of racing series, I feel, Formula E has.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Like, racing is kind of a stretch given this past week.
What, where it slowly turned into Formula One?
Do you know how many overtakes there were? Okay, so this week was the Mexico City E-Prix, which won. I hate how Formula E does not race on the full circuits. They have to have little smaller circuits. I'd rather them do the full circuit with less laps.
With less laps. Yeah.
But
right.
It is what it is. You're doing your little fun circuits, fine. Do you know how many passes there were at this race for position on track?
Considering the way you're talking, I'm going to say low. 20? I don't know.
Taylor, care to guess?
Ooh, I'm going to go with 7. I'll go like super low.
Yeah, Taylor's closer to the actual one.
That's just
really?
Yeah.
How much?
For an actual pass for position that wasn't as based on an accident or like an incident, there was 3.
When you said she was closer, I thought you were gonna say like 10 or 11.
That's also what I thought.
It was a
3?
abysmal race.
No kidding. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh. Who would want to watch that? That sounds so boring.
Yeah, I watched it. It was rough. But yeah, it was a relatively uneventful race, and you had Pascal Wehrlein coming home with the win. So
going wire to wire, right?
Basically, yep. Yeah.
Wow.
The highlight package for this race was 5 minutes.
That's not good.
Oh my gosh, yikes.
It's like,
wow.
And like realistically, it's like 3.5 minutes. Because you have like your start and like your pre-race stuff and the go, then you have multiple replays of the same clip, and then you have like podium and post-race. Yeah, so it's not a lot actually that happened. It is
okay. The fact that the highlights package has like the podium and post-race stuff, like that's bad because like highlight packages across the board typically have like maybe one shot of a celebration of whoever won, and that's it. You don't see any of the post-race stuff. Wow, that's so bad. Holy crap. How are they still surviving?
That is an excellent question. I don't know if it was a Formula E issue or if it's just the track issue, Like maybe if you're racing Mexico, what's one of the most iconic features of the Mexican Grand Prix circuit?
Going to the soccer stadium?
Okay, the other one. There's two. You have the soccer stadium. That's fine. What is the other one? Okay, we lost you, Steven, right as I was trying to make my point. The other main feature of that track is the super long straight.
Right.
Okay.
Which sets up all your passing because you can slipstream into it. If you look at the actual layout of the Formula E Mexico E sure, go with that. I hate the branding, but whatever. If you go look at the layout of that track, it looks like kind of like a little oval. We have two big, I guess, left and right hand turns on it with a couple little smaller turns in it, but it's not anything that helps you, I guess, set up a pass or use, a slipstream effect or a big brake zone. It is just a very basic technical track, which doesn't actually, I guess, as we've seen, doesn't allow good racing and overtakes. Like sometimes these simpler tracks are the ones that give you better racing. So I'm not willing to say Formula E was terrible, yada yada, but I would possibly blame the track on this one.
I guess it's like one of those situations of like, see how the rest of the season turns out.
Yeah. I love the look of the Formula E cars.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they look fun as hell, and just fancy ass go-karts is how I would describe the look of them.
That's basically what they are.
Yeah, but like they don't look that big. They look pretty small now, and like the angular design of it, I think it's iconic. Like it's a good, distinct look for the series that's trying to be its thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then I guess the other good thing we got out of Formula E was the post race, which they drove from where they had like all the cars set up in the back in the stadium section, got in a car with David Coulthard, and then drove back to, I guess, where the podium celebration is. But in that car, they had a camera, and it was all mic'd up. And basically, the whole talk was of how old Coulthard was when he finally stopped racing. And I can't remember who it was.
Nice.
Nice.
And he was like, oh, fuck, really? And it was a very clear F-bomb and great, uncensored, candid moments between the drivers as they were just chatting about the race and stuff. And, like, I think they were saying, like, actually, like, how difficult some of the corners were. Like, it was actually really fun and interesting. And it's like, we joke in F1 land where you have Max's weekly podcast. I would love to see like that. Mm-hmm. Where have them in a room, mic'd, don't, or in a car or something, driving somewhere, and have that more legitimate kind of conversation than just like the, yeah, hey, ignore each other, but like have a third guy or fourth guy in there to spur kind of conversation.
Yeah, well, because right now Formula One is just the cool down room, and it's like, oh yeah, nice pass. Oh, you got away pretty good there, Max. In the instance.
Yeah,
that's basically it.
I would much rather see like no post race interview, but just have one guy, one journalist or personality in the actual cool down room, kind of candidly ask them questions.
So sort of what they do right now, but also put a TV next to them is what you're saying, right? Because they do the questions after the race,
but they're very like
scripted questions.
Yes, like, oh, what'd you think of the race? How was that? Yeah. Not like, so what'd you guys think of the track? Like, and like you can actually have actual criticism and stuff, and be like, man, that corner was tough, and like shit like that you can have, or like, wow, what happened in this thing? Did you guys see this incident or something? Like, have that versus, oh, good race, yeah. Oh yeah, it was a good race. Team did really well,
so
really nailed the. You know what I mean? That kind of.
Is that a situational thing or just a journalist thing? Because right now who is it usually? It's Brundle, it's Coulthard. Who else have they had? They've had Button, I think, right? Do post race.
But I think the difference there is you have it in a one-on-one scenario where interviewer driver. if you were interviewing the three of them at once and they can just hop in and basically discuss even amongst themselves. That was kind of the fun part of that car ride, was the drivers could actually discuss while prompted. Does that make more sense?
Mm-hmm. Less interview, more group discussion.
Honestly, it's kind of more podcasty, it sounded like.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, no, but like even watching them, like this is more of the weekly podcast than the Max Verstappen weekly podcast is. Just the way they had a conversation about it.
Gotcha.
Or Stephen might say conversate.
Conversate?
Oh,
Is that even a word?
No, it isn't. Stephen, can I tell that story?
Go for it. I don't even remember this, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, this is when you were blackout drunk coming back from the football game.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh,
and
okay.
Stephen,
I want to conversate with people.
Yeah.
I want to conversate with people. Okay, you do that.
Yeah, it was like, oh, okay. It's like, I need people to conversate with. It's like, okay.
Okay.
Drunk Stephen's fun, Stephen. But yes.
I think we have very different experiences, but sure.
Taylor, we have the exact same experience of the not good side, okay?
Yeah, but you didn't have to like support him on the walk home with him being that much taller than you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All the way from Hannah's, which was like quite a ways.
See, but you're the nice person. To me, like,
am I the nice person?
you stick to the Piper code, okay?
Sean's first idea was to waterboard me, so.
Well, my first idea would be, again, stick to the Piper code, which is those who fall behind get left behind. Sorry, Stephen.
Yeah, it was warm enough. I could have slept outside for one night.
I don't think it was.
There wasn't snow on the ground.
That's fair.
That's warm.
For the Argos game?
No, the time when he got absolutely destroyed.
Oh, was it Halloween?
It was homecoming.
Or homecoming. Oh, yeah, homecoming.
That was the homecoming.
Yeah,
okay.
no, that was
makes sense.
fine. It was still like warmish.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, you should just let someone on a random like lawn.
Okay, at the time.
Along with like probably 3 other people.
Yeah, and just like you write a note being like, if found, please return to, and put the address on there, and good to go.
And you see some blue and red lights, and it's either the cops or somehow Bill's Mafia came north.
Okay.
Are they losing? Are they winning?
They're still winning, I'd imagine.
That's a shame.
Yeah, they're still winning. Although the Steelers are coming back. Well, no, it's 24-10.
Oof. Anyway, speaking of losing, great segue here. Haas is losing its team principal.
Oh, Haas. Well, they didn't lose him because he chose to walk away. They fired him.
Which is ridiculously late in the year, or early in the year, I guess.
Well, it's a sort of Ferrari-esque, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the Ferrari one, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, but what I'm surprised about, though, is how long it took them to actually make that decision. You've had terrible seasons for, the last 5 years? At least 4 years. And you make your decision at in the beginning of the next year. That doesn't make any sense to me. If he was going to let Steiner go, I feel like he would, I don't know. I feel like every time an NFL team loses or whatever and they're disappointed, they fire the head coach, the next day.
Yeah, it's Black Monday after week 18 usually.
Yeah, usually. So it's just surprising that we're 2 months? 2 months after the end of the season?
We're 6
almost?
weeks until the start of car reveals.
Yeah,
no, we're not even that. We are literally 4 weeks away from car reveals.
That's crazy. Why would you fire him now? Why wouldn't you have fired him 2 months ago?
Because Gene Haas is probably a crybaby.
Oh my gosh, he probably his whole thing is I'm just tired of losing, and I'm well, who are you gonna go with, and how exactly do you plan on winning miraculously without Steiner?
Yeah, this is the whole thing. It's oh, I'm tired of losing. We need better performance. Okay, Gene, I guarantee this is how the conversation went. I'm tired of losing. Okay, Gene, I would like some more money. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That was the conversation.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gene has not been one to dig too deep into his pockets. That's well known.
No.
Yeah, well, you can't win an F1 if you don't dig deep. So if you want to win, that's what you got to do. If not, sell your team to Andretti.
Also, we're
Yes.
3 weeks. Yeah, we're 3 weeks away. First launch is February
Worse.
February 5th is the
Worse.
first launch dates.
Is it Haas?
Sauber and Williams.
It would have been funnier if it was Haas.
Wait, no, it's not Sauber, Steven. It's the Steak F1
No,
team?
no,
It's Steak
no,
F1 team.
no. They don't use it for every single race. It's Sauber. I saw a really good breakdown actually where okay, so what's the full name if that's where we're moving to now?
I thought they made it just Steak.
No, it is just Steak
No.
because the full name came out and everyone was like, "Are you serious? This is dumb."
But I thought there was something where you couldn't use it in countries that have gambling laws or something. So then it was just going to be
Probably.
Kick F1 or whatever.
Oh my God, yes. I'm seeing a news article
Oh,
right
right,
now.
the kick one.
Yes.
Yeah, the kick part. I forgot about the kick
Yeah.
part.
So it's like Steak F1 Kick Sauber or something, and someone had a really good breakdown where it's like most of the countries Steak F1 team. Some of the countries where gambling laws are included. F1 Kicks. Broadcasting Sauber. Because everyone still calls them fucking Sauber.
Yeah, honestly, that's fair. Yeah,
this whole the
So-
whole team switch thing was stupid.
Yes, for all
I
you
get
new
it.
fans, you know how we've been bitching about how we want 12 teams? Technically, there are now 12 teams. Just one has like personality disorder.
that's the best thing they do. I hope it's a different livery every single time too, versus like Steak.
Oh,
versus
that'd be
Kick.
hilarious.
That
That'd be
would be really
hilarious.
funny.
One's red, one's
And their
blue.
car reveal. The
Oh.
liveries.
They bring back a zipper car.
Please no.
That'd be great.
Oh gosh.
I can't wait for that time. But yeah, Steiner getting kicked out of Haas, I think, is such a stupid decision. And
It's just dumb.
Gene saying you want to be competitive, I think, as F1 has actually gotten more and more competitive over the years, Haas's short-sightedness and penny pinching has caused the team to not be competitive.
100%. 100%. Like, to be honest, I don't see any of it being Steiner's fault. When you're not investing in your team the same amount that other teams, like F1 is just about the money. Everybody knows that. You're not competitive enough to be in the top 3 getting the millions or whatever, so you have to like work with what you got. But honestly, to me, like Steiner, he was a champion of Haas. He really was. Like, he had a lot of belief in that team, and it's just super disappointing to see like Gene kind of give up on that. And I'm like, who are you going to replace him with, really? Or no,
What's his
they
name?
already did replace
They
him,
did.
didn't they?
I can't remember his name. He's the other guy who's been there forever.
Yeah, I did remember seeing that, and then I was just like mad about the whole thing, and then I forgot what his actual name is.
Who are you thinking of?
Ao Komatsu? That's who it is.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Komatsu. Yeah.
taking over?
Yes. You know, the only Japanese guy on the Haas team who's been there forever. Yeah.
Yep. Who's always in the background of the shot. Now he's going to be in the foreground.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like the chief engineer or something like that, or like one of the strategists?
Yes. I think he's moved around, but I think originally he may have been chief engineer, then moved to strategy.
Okay.
But yeah, he's been with the team since its inception too.
Mm.
So yeah.
Okay.
What
Good
is
luck.
What is Haas doing here, honestly?
They're ruining Drive to Survive for all of us.
Yeah.
But like that's gonna hurt themselves financially.
True.
How much money and sponsorship has Haas gotten just through, Drive to Survive exposure?
Steiner being iconic. However, I will say there is a tiny silver lining in this. It opens up Steiner's availability to have a spin-off show with Bonato of them like driving around Italy trying wines.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, why is it
Wouldn't
not a
it be
thing?
so funny? I know, but like if they were in like a tiny Fiat or something like
Yes.
that, like
No. No, it's a Vespa.
yes,
It's just a Vespa, one in the front, one behind them. They switch every time.
just going on like wine tours. Gunther and Matcha.
I think this would be a great idea. We should pitch this to Netflix.
Trust me, I think like 1 billion people have already pitched it to Netflix.
But do they have the Vespa part?
No.
Exactly.
Some
The
maybe.
Vespa, I think, is like an original idea. So
Yeah.
That
pitch
would
it
be,
to
I think,
Netflix.
original.
Can you imagine just like Bernardo with like his glasses, but also having like, those circular goggles over his glasses?
it would just be too good. The content would be just so good, so entertaining. Honestly, Netflix, what are you doing? Stop making Drive to Survive, or at least like make it better, and then make this show.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
What else is news over the break again? It's kind of a slow start to the year.
It was, however, on the team principal front.
Yep.
I did read something interesting today.
Go on.
So, I'm not sure if it's rumors. I think it's been confirmed, but apparently Aston Martin is looking a little dicey if Lance Stroll doesn't perform this year because Aramco, like their sponsorship or whatever, has now taken over decision making in 2024. So Lawrence will no longer hold the power to make the decisions, like with who stays and who goes.
That's genius.
So, yeah.
Believe it when I see it.
No, but like that's if that is
That's
true,
the thing.
and like
Or no,
if they're saying to Lawrence, okay, we'll pay the money, you still are listed as the owner, but we're calling the shots. That is amazing, because that is exactly what Lawrence Stroll needs for them to basically be like, sorry, Lance, you're done, and Lawrence will be there like, out of my hands. Sorry, son.
that
I don't know,
today,
I think-
that was the headline.
I think he, after this year, he's going to need a 9th year to prove that he has what it takes.
This will be his 9th year.
He's not bad though. He just hasn't had good results. There's also been like part of it was being unlucky and just having a really slow start, but by the end of the season he was doing okay. Kind of. He was there.
Yeah. Or again, if you're Lawrence Stroll, hey kid, listen. Sorry, F1's not working out. We're gonna try to make a move here. So we have this new hypercar program coming for Aston Martin. Lance, go win the 24-hour Le Mans. Go spearhead that team.
Sure.
That actually is, I think, a genius decision to give to give Lawrence the excuse to fire his kid without actually having him fire his kid.
Well, and that's the thing though. He doesn't have any of the power anymore. So like, I can't remember who does. I was reading something about like the way that Aramco structured their deal and something about the Saudi royal family or something like that. I don't know, because I think that they're all like Aramco is like a Saudi oil company, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently, like the decision power or whatever stems somewhere in the government of Saudi Arabia.
Like that less?
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that part, and I was like, "Oh, right, this was also part of the headline that I read."
More detail.
So it's one of those situations where I'm like, "This is interesting," and I really wonder how this is going to go because, like, does this mean that they're just going to be like eagle eyeing on Lance's season the whole year, and it's like the minute the season's over, if Lance doesn't perform, he's gone? So I don't know what the situation is, but I don't know. I feel like this year for Aston Martin will tell us a lot of different things. And we'll just have to see where it goes.
I'm just predicting, like, I want to be like, yeah, if they can win a race this year or, like, anything like that. And, like, hopeful multiple teams going to win. Then in the back of my head, it's just like Max, Super, Max. Just knowing the inevitable.
Yeah. Oh. Well, who knows? We don't know that. Season hasn't started.
Exactly.
Testing will tell us everything.
I'm least optimistic for F1 this year. Everything else I am very hyped for.
Yeah, I feel like the racing season is going to be good. Like in IndyCar, I think it's going to be good. NASCAR, again, I'll make my same New Year's resolution of I will watch this year.
I think the key is, Taylor, bet on it.
Actually, you're so right.
If you don't know who to give
Yeah.
a shit about, if you bet on like just 5 guys, all of a sudden you have guys to cheer for. And you're invested.
Yeah, it's true though, because I liked football.
I'm a gambling addict. Oh.
Yes, I liked football. I was a Chargers fan, but as soon as I joined the fantasy football league, that was it. Like now football, love football, could watch it all day and be a happy camper. So I feel like I could do the same thing with NASCAR.
Yeah, except until you say that now, until you're years into fantasy football and you haven't won anything, and you're like, why the fuck do I like this sport?
I was third. I was third in our league this year. Do you know? I was happy with that.
That's what gives you hope.
Yeah.
It's just a little.
Take it from a Lions fan. There is no hope.
Oh man. Okay, Sean, you're literally talking to a Chargers fan. Like, I know there's no hope, but I live in the world of Delulu for all things, so.
That's fair. You know what? That's good.
I'm a Ferrari fan.
Delulu.
I live in a world of pain.
Just keep going. You can keep going.
I could keep going, but it just makes me sound so sad.
Yes, that makes you sound sad. Anyway, moving on.
All right.
Also, yeah, Sean,
Okay.
this is Lance Stroll's 8th season in Formula One.
I feel so fucking
8 years.
Yep.
Jeez.
It's only 25.
How? It's also unfair. I feel like it's unfair that they make that much money and they're younger than us. It's just rude at this point.
I have a solution.
What's that?
Guillotines.
Okay, no.
No?
That is not the solution.
Fine. Oh, grumble my revolutionary flag back in the closet.
Yes, you do that. We're not that level of unhinged.
Well, we could get there. Oh, that would be a great thing. Instead of like at a race and like, oh, it's red flag out, red flag, all the marshals will start waving like communist flags, storm the track. It's revolution. We take over now. All cars belong to us.
I don't know how we got here.
I
Unhinged.
don't know, it's really like unhinged, right? That's the theme for 2024.
Exactly.
Right.
Listen, I'm just trying to kill time right now. You know, it's the first episode of the new year. Not a whole lot's happened. Taylor had the whole thing planned. She hasn't gotten to yet.
What do you mean? That was my plan. I just did it.
That was your thing?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was my thing. That was my news that I wanted to
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. Okay, if that's the case, and then we'll wrap up soon then, I will have one thing then to ask y'all.
Okay. Sure.
What's that?
What are the on-track and off-track things you're most looking forward to in 2024? I know, tough one.
It is.
I mean,
Trying to think
off track. Obviously, my answer is I'm looking forward to Marshall season. Can't wait. It's going to be super exciting. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Looking forward to Daytona because I'm going. I'm leaving in literally a week.
You get to go to NASCAR land. Good job.
I get to go to NASCAR land. It was very weird getting my email. And I'm working Daytona, so that'll be fun.
Guess who gets to make content from Daytona? Sucker. Oh, can we record a podcast mid Daytona?
No, I doubt it.
Like unlike Taylor's breaks, we just kind of
we could try. Apparently, Peter told me today there's a lot of downtime, so
Okay.
it might work.
yeah, like if there's a full course yellow, it's like an hour of break.
Well, we also work it in shifts, right? So I'm not going to be marshalling the entire race, so I'll be able to
Do stuff.
hop on something. Yeah.
Listen, I
on the
think
actual race
we can
itself.
make this happen. But yeah, happy you're doing
could.
Daytona. I think that's
You're-
pretty fun.
get your schedule first, and then we can figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, it's exciting. Like on track stuff, I'm actually really looking forward to the IndyCar season, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know why. It's just like I'm just more excited for IndyCar than I am for F1 this year. Maybe because like we're coming off such a boring season.
Yeah, for me, it's actually I'm excited for the NASCAR season.
Fair.
Mostly actually because of the new Ford and the new Toyota look for the cars. I've seen some of them, I guess, that teams have done up in their shops before the start of the season, and wow, they actually look great. Chevys are meh, as always. But yeah, the new Ford and Toyota, I'm like, damn.
Can't say that. They got a fancy-ass bow tie on the front of their car.
Ooh. What have you done for me lately? Yeah, win a championship, then talk.
There you go.
I mean, they did.
What about
win
off
it
track?
2 years ago. Off track? There's going to be some drama we don't see coming.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Where? Or you just have a feeling in general?
I'm going to say there's going to be like a weird F1 IndyCar crossover thing again.
Okay.
How we had like the Pelot situation a couple years ago, or like...
Ooh.
There's going to be some shenanigans.
The Pelot situation a couple years ago. The Pelot situation last year.
Will it be a Pelot situation again this year? Who knows?
Yes. Who does Pelot break a contract with?
Oh, no, on your phone.
It's actually not a Pelot thing. Oh, and I think Grosjean winning finally will happen.
Yeah, okay. Now who's Delulu?
Okay, while we're slowly ramping up this, what we should do next week is like hot take palooza.
That could be fun. That could be a really fun one.
That could be really fun.
Just have a week of hot takes. You know what? That could be a good one. Or we can do that when Taylor's away.
Exactly.
What? In case you can't record from Daytona, we have backup plans.
Yeah.
Fine. I can record from like the hotel on our way down.
That actually just sounds sadder.
Hey.
Record in a hotel or on site at one of the best
We can do both.
endurance races. Just saying.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Steven, what are you looking forward to?
We've killed enough time for you, buddy.
On track and off track.
On track.
Before you go, Steven, one last thing. Of off track, Lions winning the Super Bowl, obviously.
Yeah, okay,
Wow, you know what, Sean? I cannot believe that you're not saying that you're looking forward to marshalling with me in the summer. I am so offended. You know what?
No. Turn the camera slightly to the right. I know he's got an IV of alcohol, and he's just slowly getting more drunk because the cat has somehow knocked the thing loose and the flow speed has gone up.
God, that'd be amazing. No, nothing here.
F1's going to be entertaining. Lions Super Bowl.
Woo! Okay.
That's
All
there's
right.
the idea.
All right. Moving on to Steven.
On track. I was also going to say NASCAR because I think last year was not a letdown, but it was a coming down off the high. And like Sean said, with two augmented cars, I want to see what happens, and hopefully it creates something a little closer to 2 seasons ago versus last season, in which case we'll have a lot of fun with that. And I have a chance for redemption in fantasy, our little fantasy thing that we do.
That's fair. Fair enough.
And not be 400 points behind after 2 weeks. Thank you, Austin Dillon, you asshole.
Good pick there, buddy.
Yeah, off track. I don't know. Trying to think of what we've got set up. I've been trying to think like what's going on this year that we're doing. Indy will always be good. Other than that, well, Indy might be lonely for me this year if Sean ends up working it.
Oh, hell no.
Again, y'all.
This could be the last Indy in Toronto. I'm not going to work it.
That too.
It could be, actually. Yeah.
I know.
Well, in which case we must savor it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to bring I'm going to copy Christina, our friend Christina, and take my camera this year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, I kind of wish there was a lot of moments where I wish I had it. And then I guess maybe doing photos at Mosport if I don't do marshalling, because that could be fun.
Thank you. Finally, someone saying they're gonna come and visit at CTMP. Sean.
Oh, I'm gonna.
I never
do
said
it.
I'm gonna visit.
No, Taylor. I'm looking forward to doing the marshalling, just with like Peter, Paige, Mitchell.
Wow.
And I'm gonna look forward to taking pictures of Sean
Yeah,
when he's waving the flag, when he's standing there doing nothing, when he goes to take a piss in the woods.
No, it's in the bucket. It's in the bucket.
Oh, it's in
Just right there, side of the track.
That's
you got
nasty.
you got
At
a
least
shit
go to the
bucket?
bush.
Isn't that what the buckets are for, Taylor?
That's not what the buckets are for.
What?
That's not what the buckets are for.
Well, then,
Oh,
I
God.
feel like I've been lied
Okay, well, you know what? It's gonna be a fun year. I'm looking forward to the on-track and off-track action.
to. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, and one more, I guess, for the off track. Looking forward to Steven's team losing the playoffs again. Leafs.
I was gonna say, please be more specific.
I guess it applies to Taylor too. Yeah. For both you guys, Leafs losing the playoffs again.
Buddy, they gotta make playoffs at this point.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
let's
Sucks
start
to
with
be
actually
you.
making the playoffs.
And
It's
you guys are
what,
gonna have a
halfway
really.
through the season?
You guys are gonna have a rough sports year as fans. That's all I'm saying.
Just okay, whatever.
I'm
That
riding
is
a
what it
high.
is.
It's great.
Are you running a high? That's nice.
The Jaguars play in Detroit next year, and my buddies already want me to go down. And I was like, well, we'll see how they're doing, because if the Lions are 0-5, the homicide rate's going to go up again. And I don't feel like getting shot.
Hey, it is true. It is true. Homicide rates in Detroit's at all-time low. The second they have a winning season.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Shut
last
up.
time it was
Tells you something.
the last time it was this low was 30 years ago. When
Yeah,
they
don't
won a
tell
playoff
people
game.
that sports doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, sports matters. It has a direct impact on the safety of communities.
You wonder why I'm dead inside. I cheer for mostly Toronto sports teams.
They had a championship a couple years ago,
Yeah, for the team I paid the least amount of attention to.
and a championship the year before that.
Argos, the smallest market in
Actually,
Toronto.
no, TFC I was gonna go with.
Oh,
TFC won.
yeah. Yes,
True.
Raptors
Argos had a more.
won. Argos have
recent
won.
one.
You know what, man? It's not all bad.
It's not all.
It's
bad.
not all bad. It's just like the most
Mostly.
iconic team in Toronto is disappointing year after year.
But isn't that
Blue
what
and white
makes them
disease.
iconic?
No.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
It's like the
Partly,
Cowboys.
partly.
It's blue and white disease. Cowboys, Leafs
Oh.
Not wrong.
collapsing in playoffs.
Nice.
Trying to do the handshake meme.
No,
Very
it,
nice.
it
Very
actually
nice.
worked really well. But yeah. Is that all we got then for this week? We are officially back for this year. Back and excited. And yeah, we'll go from there and see what 2024 brings us. We're starting it on a high. It can only go up from here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Now we're fucked.
Now, no. Think about it. It'll only get more and more unhinged as the
Yes.
year goes on.
But yes, anyway, thank you very much for listening to this episode. We'll be back next week. If you can, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Maybe follow us on any of the social media things we have.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow the show on Twitter at Spare Parts Racing. That's Spare Parts RACIN, and on TikTok at Spare Parts Pod. Follow the hosts at Sean Chavarella, at Stephen Clary, and at Tay Moore.